All right, so I'm back, and this is my review of Thor Ragnarok, which is the third Thor film, and I believe it's the 17th MCU movie. I'm Ed Bo, and this is Ed Reviews. Okay, so the movie is Thor Ragnarok, which is directed by a guy whose name I cannot begin to pronounce. I think he's Australian or what is it? What are the what's the other country? Um, New Zealand. Um, his name is something Taiki Waititi or something like that. I can't get there. I'm never gonna be able to pronounce that. This film is an MCU superhero action movie. It's set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, essentially 2 years after the events of Age of Ultron. Okay, so the characters we have Thor, Chris Hemsworth, who is funnier than ever, and we finally get to see Chris Hemsworth has incredible comic timing. This is a really good movie for him. Um, then Loki, who is a charming bastard, and both of those terms are accurate and come to play in this film. He's very, very charming, and he's a conniving bastard. Um, Valkyrie, I don't remember the name of the actress who plays her. She is not what I expected in this film, but I liked her quite a bit. Then you have both Hulk and Bruce Banner, who are hilarious. You've never seen them funnier. Um, then you have Jeff Goldblum as the Grand Master, who is pure Jeff Goldblum. I'm not even sure he's playing the Grand Master here. It's just Jeff Goldblum all over the screen, and it's very funny. Then Carl Urban plays Scourge, the Destroyer, and he's well acted, but he's only there so that Hela has someone to talk to. Um, other Otherwise, he has no other actual purpose in the film. Quite frankly, if he's not in the movie, most of Hela's scenes are alone. With her, she would be talking to walls. He's literally there just so she has someone to bounce off of. Then Idris Elba returns as Hemdall, and he in this film comes into his own as a hero. So let's get to the plot. The beginning of the film, it kind of hits the ground running, but there's a lot of exposition to go along with the film to catch you up on the story so far. And there's a lot going on. This film kind of begins in the middle. It's what they call in medias res. It's basically it begins and the story's already going on. And there's a whole lot of exposition to get you caught up. Um, I'm not sure that that really worked all that well. It bugged me at the beginning, but ultimately it pays off. The middle of the film, the exposition cuts out as you are now caught up with what's going on. The story does not slow down a bit. It's still running at a breakneck pace. A lot is happening, but if you paid attention to part one, you will not be lost. The ending, it comes to a satisfying conclusion, but all of that exposition that you got in part one matters. If you were not paying attention, the conclusion will make very little sense to you and seem to come out of nowhere. It doesn't. It's basically leaning heavily on everything that you were force fed in the opening act. Um, the upside of the film, it's funny. It's a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be, and I thought it was going to be funny. We're talking Guardians of the Galaxy level funny. This is basically a comedy with an action movie happening almost in the background. It is a comedy first. Um, the cast seems to be having a blast and it translates well on film. The chemistry across the board is excellent. It has great special effects, as I mentioned, an extremely fast paced story. A lot is happening, so hold on. The downside, there had to be a better way to start the movie without all of that exposition at the beginning. There just had to be a better way to do that. And the other part is the film is a bit jarring at first because of how much of a comedy it is. It's it never drops that light entertainment feel, which kind of lessens its sense of epicness because it's so lighthearted and so funny that despite the fact that Hela is an amazingly badass villain, the tone doesn't let you feel any kind of genuine despair for the heroes. The film simply has a tone that lets you know from the beginning everything's going to work out all right. Um, so that was maybe pushed a little bit too far in the opposite direction. Ultimately, however, it's such a good time the at the movies that you can't really get mad at it for going in that direction. Ultimately, I give the film 4 stars. Um, it came very close to being a 4.5 star film for me, but they also used a song in the film twice, and I don't think that that's a good idea unless you're using the original and a cover version like Heather's with Que Sera Sera, using the original from the 30s or the 40s and using the Sly and the Family Stone version over the closing credits. Um, if you're going to use the same song twice, it's got to be 2 different versions of the song. They use the same version in 2 different occasions in the film, and that makes the song stand out. It makes the song really conspicuous, which pulls you out of the film. So, 4 stars for Thor Ragnarok. I'm Ed Bo. This is Ed Reviews. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you really like the video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you really, really like the video, share it with your friends. Peace.